And that game should be an interesting matchup as both Bolton and United are looking for their second victories of the season.
And one man who's been a regular tormentor of Bolton over the years is Ryan Giggs. The evergreen winger has been turning back the clock this week with the release of True Red, a DVD documenting the story of his career so far.
It's just an idol, isn't it, at the end of the day? He's just a true professional.
He's a proper professional. He's down to earth. He's not showing off.
It's gone back a long way and you look different and people probably ain't used to seeing you looking like that. So it's different, it's a bit embarrassing, but it's part of growing up. So I mean, you know, why hide it?
There were a few gems in there. We saw you squirm in your seat slightly at what you called your first interview, and then there was when you mentioned that you were playing at Anfield and, well, you had the choice to play at Old Trafford, but you'd rather play at Anfield. Tell us about that.
Yeah, I mean, at the time, I was playing for under-14 Salford boys, which was my age, but the under-15s were playing there also, and it was about the time where Old Trafford was just a bad pitch, really. So that's what I come out and said. You know, at 14, you're just cocky, you just say what you want, really. And yeah, I never thought that it would come back to haunt me saying Anfield was better than Old Trafford. Or the pitch was, anyway.
I just got a call from the production company that made it, from 2 Entertain, and they said, you know, we hear that we know you're a United fan. I think I might have mentioned that Giggs was my favourite player as well in an interview once, which he is, and they asked me to do it.
I'm quite hurt that I didn't get asked to do the narration for the DVD. No, I'm a Man United fan, how can I be a Man City fan? No, if they've asked Ralph and not me, I'll be very, very hurt. Is it true? I'm gutted then.
Alex Ferguson really protected you as you were growing up as a player. Do you think that's contributed to your success now?
In my career at 17, 18, you just want to concentrate on playing football. And that's what I try to do. He didn't want me getting distracted with off-the-field stuff, you know, doing interviews or getting carried away with yourself. And, you know, I think it contributed in becoming the player that I was.
We hear about the story when you and Lee were at his house, Lee Sharp, and the gaffer came round, which we then found out your mum had grassed you up. What was it like hearing that?
Well, first of all, I didn't know my mum had grassed me up, so that come as a bit of a surprise, but at the time, I mean, it was scary, you know, and caught off the manager, having a sort of party, and it was a scary time, like at 19, I think I was 18, 19, you know, I never did it again.
No, I'm sure. If I got told off by Alex Ferguson, I don't think I'd do anything again.
Who was your favourite player when you were growing up?
Cantona.
Was it?
It was Cantona, yeah.
Mine too.
He's not here, but now it's just a privilege to play with some player like Ryan Giggs.
Brian Robson was one of my heroes growing up, and I ended up playing with him. So, yeah, I mean, it's strange, obviously, seeing them talking about you, but equally it's obviously flattering, and it's great to see people of that stature saying, you know, nice things about you.
And you credit Cantona, Keane and Scholes as three of your best teammates that you've played with. What about opponents?
Opponents? I used to always find it difficult to play against Lee Dixon, who used to play for Arsenal. Arsenal then, the famous back four, David Seaman in net as well. I always found it tough against them.
And Lee Dixon's in the DVD as well, talking about you.
Yeah.
He talks quite openly about the famous goal of yours. Tell us about that.
Yeah, that was really interesting. I mean, obviously, when I first seen that interview, it was great because obviously hearing from someone who, like I say, found it difficult to play against, and you know, you're hearing it from his point of view, what it was like for him to play against me. So it was really interesting. But yeah, I mean, basically, he's talking about the goal that I scored against Arsenal, and like I say, it was really interesting to hear it from his perspective.
Now, aside from that goal, you've scored 144. I watched all of them last night. Aside from that Arsenal goal, which few have been your favourite, if you like?
I think I scored a goal against Tottenham at White Hart Lane, 92, 93, and also a goal against Blackburn when we first won the league, the night we won the league, and a free kick. They're probably the other goals that stand out.
What is your kind of most treasured accolade?
Oh. Probably winning the first league championship. It was purely United hadn't won it for 26 years, and it was a massive issue at the time that a club of United's stature hadn't won it for so long. Obviously the dominance of our Liverpool during the 70s and the 80s, and then to eventually win it, give us the belief to go on and be so successful like we have been over the last 15 years.
Just looking at the football now, not had the greatest start to the season. Can you just tell us about that?
Yeah, I mean, we've not got to the start that we'd hoped. But, you know, it's still early days yet. We played 4 or 5 games, and we know that we're capable of going on a run of 10, 12 games, winning them on the bounce. So that's what we've got to do. You know, we don't want to let the top teams get too far in front of us.